Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today. We are live here at the Belong Gaming Arena in lovely Nottingham, England. My name is Fallout.
And my name is Bife, and welcome to the Gambit Prime Arena Cup, hosted by Belong Gaming Arenas and Bungie. Of course, this is a Destiny 2 tournament that is focusing really around Gambit Prime, that favorite game mode of everybody who loves a little bit of PvP and a little bit of PvE. And of course, we have 4 teams today that are going to be squaring off against each other to find out who is the best in the entirety of the United Kingdom.
Fantastic. Don't we have a special video presentation?
Oh, do we?
I think I heard that there's a character. Isn't there some kind of Bungie? No, what are we looking for here?
We're looking for a certain particular character in Destiny. Someone who's very much linked to Gambit. I can't remember who it must be.
I thought he was my rowdy uncle.
He might be your rowdy uncle. I'm not sure. But maybe we can find out in just a sec. Let's check out this video presentation.
Wow, what a special guest that was.
I know, I can't believe it. The Drifter made it all the way down to Nottingham.
I mean, you're the lore guy. Has he been living here this entire time?
I mean, he lives on the Derelict, but I guess maybe Nottingham is his favorite place in the UK, and maybe there's good beer here, I don't know.
I mean, new YouTube video inbound, am I right?
Absolutely. Got to have the lore on that later. Of course, as well, you know, he's very obsessed with food. Maybe there's great ways of getting hive steaks around here, I'm not sure.
There might be.
Oh, by the way, a little secret. Don't tell him. I stole the Drifter's coin.
Oh, that's a bad idea.
Oh, yeah, it's a really bad idea, but I'm going to pay for that later. It's okay.
Can we get a couple dings real quick?
Ding, 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 ding.
We're out here giving the people what they want.
Oh, absolutely. All of the memes today, by the way. Every single meme.
last meme.
Absolutely.
But before we get into more memes, why don't we instead get into the lower bracket and find out what teams are going to be playing in the Gambit Prime matches today.
Absolutely. So, the tournament today is a double elimination format, and in the lower bracket today we have 2 teams from Bristol. We have the Bristol Brawlers and the Bristol Smugglers. So only one of these teams is going to make it through today, and whichever team makes it through is going to go through to the losers final. The loser of the losers bracket is going to be eliminated entirely.
That is correct. And then eventually we are going to see the winner of the winners bracket final. Now, if you win in the winners final, you're going to advance on to the grand finals. And if you lose that winner bracket, you are going to be knocked down to the loser final. And then whoever loses that is out of the tournament.
And then whoever wins the losers bracket is going to go back up to the winners bracket. But again, because it's double elimination, the loser who comes into the winners bracket for that final is going to need to win more games than the winner who comes in. So realistically, you have only 2 lives. You get knocked out twice, you're done. And remember, everyone in that losers bracket has a very tough path because they've already lost 1 game.
That's exactly right. And if you're a little confused with tournament format, don't you worry about it, because me and this guy, we're going to talk you through it all day, whether you want us to or not.
Absolutely. But I think our first game today is actually going to be with the Bristol Brawlers and the other team from Bristol, the Bristol Smugglers. So let's go ahead and think a little bit more about those 2 teams. I have heard an incredible rumor about this team. One of the 2 teams from Bristol has a Sentry player who is using a sword and the new Titan Stronghold exotic.
You're putting me on.
No, I'm not kidding. So
People
for those
still play Sentinel.
what?
Kidding. No, he has a sword. That's
Yeah.
very rare for Gambit Prime.
Absolutely.
I don't really see that very often. Normally you're going to have heavy machine guns. You're going to have a rocket launcher. Maybe you're going to have a Wardcliff coil. Maybe a 1K. So you're telling me there's a guy out there running around with the Taken and the Primeval and the chaos of this tournament with a sharp stick is what you're telling me.
Yes, he's running around, he's going to hit them with a very big stick. That's exactly what it's going to be. Oh no. Here we go. Bristol
we're
Brawlers
diving
versus
right in.
Bristol Smugglers. I guess we're going right in.
I love it. Here's the pre-game showdown. Oh, we got some tea pouring on the field. That's how you amp yourself up for the game. True invaders, they drink tea and then they jam out. Bang their guitar on
Absolutely.
the
Look at
ground.
that. And by the way, the Invader of one of these teams earlier, it's well worth noting, they had Izanagi's Burden on, which is actually going to be a really interesting, strong pick. Special ammo pumps into that thing. You get that compressed honed edge ×4. It means it's a one hit to the body. So that's going to be huge.
I mean, the Izanagi's Burden is a notoriously fantastic invader weapon. Like you said, I mean, you can reward a player for being accurate with a sniper. They can take someone out with a headshot, but if they have enough ammo in their inventory, they can just cram all those bullets into one, take somebody down with a body shot. Bingo, done.
Absolutely. And they're going to be the best friend of the Reaper, because of course, if the Reaper is going around and killing a whole bunch of stuff, then they're going to get the Pinata of Death perk, which means more special ammo drops for the teammates. That's going to be able to fuel the Izanagis going in there.
Exactly. Let's talk a little bit about the map that we're on right now, Bife. This is the Emerald Coast, if I'm not mistaken.
Emerald
This is a
Coast.
classic Gambit map. We have had this map ever since the introduction of Gambit. And I think most players feel very comfortable, very familiar with this map. You know, they've been playing it ever since the introduction. There's no surprises here. So it's not going to be like a situation where you have maybe a relatively new map. You're not exactly used to it in the way that you would be familiar with an original OG Gambit map.
Absolutely. It looks like the first Invader's coming up here, though. Thunderlord being used. One player going down there. Oh, another two being
right
picked off
away.
right there. Excellent. Can he pick up a third? No motes on this. Actually, no, 9 motes on this player. Huge potential plays coming up here if they go out well.
Here we go.
They're also
Come on.
being bombed by the Taken.
There's another one.
There's another
Three
one.
down.
3 down. And now another invade on the other side is going along too. Heavy machine guns being the weapon of choice here today. 12 times player. Oh, bagging those 12 motes before they go down, but they have been slain. So if I'm not mistaken, that is 3 kills on the invasion versus 1 kill on the invasion. Both teams still relatively even, but it looks like the Smugglers have more in their reserves currently, so they can start banking again. Everything else on the other side, they still got to catch up.
This game is very close right now. When you have teams at this level of caliber, this level of skill, you're going to see them very neck and neck, almost for the entire duration of the game. Like we just saw, both teams invaded each other at relatively the same time. It's really... It makes my heart pound, because like you have no idea what's going to happen. A good invasion is going to completely turn the tide on any team. And of course we had the one invader being shut down by the Sentinel, of course doing his job.
Absolutely.
Shutting down
It is all about those invades. It decides really good teams from truly great teams. So it looks like another invade coming back in. Thunderlord, 19 rounds in there. Oh dear, looks like they're going into the lower tunnels to escape him, but he still picks up 2 motes there. Another player coming along. He's going to drive around the side, get that shotgun
Boom,
going.
shakalaka.
Wishbringer and 2 melees coming around for the kill. Oh, that player has 11 motes. That kill could be huge.
Oh man,
He's escaping into the tunnels.
Oh no!
If he can just simply get him down, and there he goes. Before being denied and sent back to his side, he picks out 11 motes. That is huge. The engagement there was a huge mistake for that 11 mote player.
Now the opening of the game, like I said, we're going to have things being relatively neck and neck. Oh no!
Oh, no!
What is happening right now?
Someone has been returned to orbit. Oh my goodness.
Oh, my heart goes out to this team. Oh, what is happening?
boy.
Oh, that's not what you want to have
That's
happen.
not what you want. Okay, so tournament rules on this one dictate depending on what's going on with regards to the
Okay,
game.
now I'm going to jog my memory here,
So-
but I think if multiple people get disconnected before the Primeval is summoned,
The game restarts.
now how many people got disconnected? Was it one player or was it
I'm
multiple?
not totally sure. If there's only one player there that got disconnected, then we are going to go ahead and just continue with that game. But if there are 3 or more players that have been disconnected, then we're going to go ahead and restart that match. We're going to go ahead and see what happens. Technical difficulties here may ensue, but regardless, we're here to keep you entertained.
Now,
we're here
in
to
the
keep you
meantime,
company.
Bife is going to do 10 minutes of uninterrupted hand shadow puppets. Take it away, Bife.
Oh, not even hand shadow puppets. No, that's for later. That's the special treat. First of all, it's going to be 10 minutes of Destiny Lore ASMR. And we've just heard from our producers, and we've had it confirmed it is indeed going to be a restart.
Okay, you know what? We're going to call that a hand warmer set, all right? If you're familiar with tournament gameplay, that wasn't a real set. We're just out here trying to get our hands warm. We're trying to get a feel for the gameplay. Come on, listen, let's be honest with each other. All right, we love Destiny. We love this game. That's why we're here. But we're no stranger to potential error codes. Am I right, Bife?
I don't know what you're talking about. Never at all has there ever been an error code in the history of Destiny.
The power ranking of enemies, it goes, what, the Fallen, and then the Vex, and then the Hive, and then way at the top tier
there's
is Marion Barry,
the
Mongoose.
Moose is an error code.
Moose is up there.
We found out Buffalo was an error code. I actually found this out from More Console. There's a great story behind this. More Console at one point is in the middle of Trials of Osiris back in the day in Destiny 1. And you know what he does? He accidentally hits the power button on his PlayStation 4, turns it off. Turns out that's error code Buffalo. That sends everyone.
Everyone has a story like that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we were about to go flawless in Trials of Osiris, and then my cat spilled orange juice all over the PC.
My cat spilled over my mug of coffee. It went inside the PS4's disc tray, and all of a sudden I was seeing strange shapes on the front of everything.
And that was the origin of the Marion Barry, correct?
Absolutely, yes. Fantastic. This is the true lore behind Marion.
We're getting really deep into the actual lore here.
But, completely confirmed, by the way. The guys over at Bungie will back me up on this one. This is canon.
Now, I know that we're waiting for the next game to get set up, but we had a lot of really good fundamental gameplay that we were watching there. We were seeing good mode collecting, good PvE enemy shredding. Both teams were starting off well at the beginning. I think that the Smugglers were taking off towards the end. I believe right before we got that hot, juicy disconnect, they were up like, what, 60-ish to around, I want to say,
about
mid-30s?
40, 30, something along those lines?
Maybe?
Yeah. We had that second invade coming in as well and some amazing Thunderlord play coming down there. But I think what's really intriguing about both these invaders isn't actually that they're both using heavy machine guns, but it's the difference of target prioritization versus, allowing players to come to you. So there's two different styles on display. For our player who I believe was on the Bristol Brawlers, they were going straight for the high note players, saying, I'm seeing that guy over there, he's got 11 motes, I'm going to go pound him first, and I'm going to destroy him, I'm going to go grab the motes that's been stolen from that team, excellent. But on the other side, you had a very sort of like fit to the enemy team type perspective with the Bristol Smugglers. And the reason I say that is because it would be this case of you'd pick off that first player, and then after all that was said and done, you'd let the enemy come to you. And that's how they were able to pick up so many good points there. You had that 11-mote player who was just able to completely shut them down, potentially, but got drawn in and baited, and then eventually got shut down by the Invader, which I think is just testament to the really strong play on display here.
That's a very good point that you bring up. When you're an invader and you're invading the enemy team, you have to immediately think, who is my first target? Where am I going? Because you're going to get dropped into one of the traditional invading locations. You know your way around the map. Now, do you deal with the enemy nearest to you who might not be carrying any motes? You want to get them out of the way before they possibly interrupt your invade. Or do you go straight for that Guardian with the thick, with 2 C's, juicy 15 mote bar? What do you do?
Exactly, and that's where all of the different invading styles really come in. But also, it's well worth noting, by the time you fire those first few rounds, if you don't get that kill, it's big trouble. But no matter what happens, when you fire those first few rounds, you're revealed, practically speaking. The enemy team is going to communicate, they're over here, they're on right side. You need to go ahead and then immediately work to counter the other team. And that can work to an invader's advantage if they have the right weapon set.
Oh, of course.
But with the really fantastic invaders, there's this ability to use other elements of the map to their advantage. So, for example, take a look at Legion's Folly and New Arcadia. They've got teleporters on there. As an invader or a defender, using the teleporter to either bait in a player or alternatively to escape can be an incredibly strong strategy.
Very well put. And here we are loading back into the game. This is the real match right here. Hand warmers are officially over, done and dusted. Let's get some actual Gambit Prime on the field, my friend.
And here we go. And there it is. That's the player. I can see it in his inventory. That is the sword. It's the sword and Jotun and strongholds.
Look at this. They're coordinating emotes. This is some intense gameplay that I've never seen before in my life. This is actual
and there it is, the true hero. The sword on the sentry player. Oh, that is incredible.
Oh, I think he can hear you. He's look at it. Look at the display he's putting on.
He knows that he's playing to the crowd at this moment in time. Truly, this is the hero of the Gambit Prime Arena Cup.
It's like something out of the Discovery Channel. You want to puff up your chest. You want to put your feathers out there to intimidate the other team. Show them that you're not afraid to use that sword.
The Titan will bring the sword as high as he can, even though it has no ammunition with which to kill things. And then, when it is at its greatest height, at its zenith, He will slam it down onto the floor, killing nothing, but showing his dominance.
Ah, yes, more Gambit Prime with Bife Attenborough.
Absolutely. You can catch more on Discovery and CBS at 9 p.m.
Okay, so here we are, both teams dunking at essentially the same time. Like I told you earlier, at the very beginning of each map, you were going to have essentially identical gameplay. Oh, but it looks like the Brawlers have their invasion portal open first. They're going in with the Izanagi's Burden. Oh, here we go. He is thirsty right now. He is looking for a pick. He doesn't want to reveal himself right away. Lurking in the shadows. Oh! Can't quite close.
Can't quite close it. And also, he does not have his honed edge ×4 loaded, so those are normal sniper rounds.
Although he has the opportunity. He must feel really confident right now.
Oh no! Got 8 seconds left.
Come on,
not
you gotta
much
do
time.
some work here.
This entire team has also been able to bank their moats in the background of this, so this might have them slightly on the back foot, but that invade kind of not so consequential. It's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate to see. You have to consider, though, that even when invading, if you don't pick off any enemy Guardians, you still might actually be doing work, because if you have that full set of Invader armor, you could be locking down the enemy bank when you invade. They can't deposit their moats. They're dealing with additional blockers. They're getting their momentum tripped up.
And in Gambit, time can be money, but what's even more money are these kills coming in here. We got some real potential with that Thunderlord laying down heavy fire on these enemies to get some nasty stuff.
Now,
shooting down the floor.
He's intimidating the floor with his full auto shotgun right there.
Oh,
There's
that's
another machine gun kill.
Could be ones of the 5 there. He's getting flanked by a player, but it's okay because he has his Wishbringer and a melee to follow up. That's 3. Can he get the last player in the next 3 seconds? I don't think so, but even so, he's been able to put that team on the back foot. They're on the respawn. He's back on his other side.
Very well done. That was a good invade. Sometimes you just have to do all the work you can. And my heart was right there with that player who wanted to roll up and shut them down, but he just couldn't get it done.
He's not done. He's going right back in.
Oh, there's one down right away. I think we have the Redrix's broadsword on the field.
Indeed.
Fantastic
and
weapon.
You know what he's doing? Killmonger ×3 is activated, which means he has bonus damage from all the kills he got previously, so he's just able to 2-tap them with the Redrix.
Oh, wonderful.
And now he gets all of them. He's going to go for more.
Get the 4.
Can he get this 4th?
Give the people what they want. Machine gun from downtown.
There he goes. Army of 1 coming back successfully to his team. The Smugglers have got to be really happy with that, but everyone has to pick up more moats. Despite those 2 invades, it's surprisingly even.
Yes, indeed it is. Now, I know a lot of the gameplay is really focused around watching the people go in and pull off their invading, because it's really hype to watch a very good invade. But you got to give credit to the other people on the team. They're doing a lot of work. You have to give the respect to the Collector. You got to give respect to the Sentry, the Reaper. They're out there doing their job. It might not be as glamorous and fun to watch as the Invader necessarily, but you're watching the strategy come together. These teams have put their strategy on paper into action, and they're trying to do everything they can.
Ooh, Bubbles losing 9 moats there. Very unfortunate, but it does look like the Invader over on the Bristol Smugglers side of things is indeed causing some problems here, and this is nasty. There are 15 moats. Never mind, there are not going to be 15 moats taken. It looks like the Smugglers invade right there was shut down. Brawlers are going to be very happy about that. And they're almost at 75 moats, which means yet more invades.
Here we got a hammer on the field. This is exactly what the Smugglers want to do right now. You know, sometimes you want to save your super for the Primeval. Sometimes you want to save it for an invasion. Sometimes you just needed to get it out there because you want nothing more than to get your Primeval on the field. Because the first team to get their Primeval out there has a huge advantage because they are going to be cycling the map first, meaning that they're going to get that Primeval damage buff ×2, ×3 before the other team.
The Slayer stacks are down now. The Brawlers are on the back foot. They need to go ahead and do something seriously strong with their invasions, or alternatively, they need the other side on the Smugglers to slow down and give them room so that they can catch up. But I'm not sure which one it's going to be, and at this exact moment in time, I think the real leverage is going to start coming in here. The first DPS phase here, no one's really inside it, but that's not too surprising. Most teams will be looking to control the map first. There is an invade potentially up there for both teams. And the more important thing to note is you're only on 1 Primeval stack. You're not going to do any real damage on this one. It's all about ×2, ×3, ×4, and ×5.
That's right. You might see a lot of teams kind of using the Primeval damage phase level 1 and 2 get things ready. They're going to clear the stage of all blockers. They're going to make sure everyone has ammo. They're going to be talking with their team. Maybe they'll be doing a little kinetic damage, but nothing major.
And speaking of ammo, Honed Edge has been loaded. That one super powerful Izanagi shot is coming in, but first it's going to be the Hammerhead. A single series of bullets taking down that player, but the others are still up. Remember, every single kill in the Primeval phase made by an Invader will heal Primeval, as they do say. Death heals Primeval.
That is correct. Now, even though we're not looking at a tremendously aggro invade right now, They're playing it very smart because they know that as long as there's an Invader on the field, you're going to be looking over your shoulder. Like you're being stalked out here by an Invader. You don't want to poke your head out too much because you might die. You might heal your Primeval. You might throw your entire team's momentum. Oh, here we go. I'm so sorry.
That's a burn, all right.
They're
My goodness,
carving through
Primeval
this Primeval.
down.
What's
Almost
happening?
finished,
The yellow
almost
bar is
finished.
going down and down.
And there it goes.
There it is.
Primeval.
Oh, look at how close!
Look how close
Oh my!
that was!
Oh wow!
The Bristol Smugglers bringing it in just under the
Oh,
line
they're
with
popping
literally
off.
5% HP difference between them and the Brawlers, and they have now made it out of the losers bracket into the losers final. That's incredible.
I had no idea how close the health bar was. Was that a Primeval damage buff ×2?
That was both on Primeval ×2, and
Oh
you can
my
see
God.
here when you have a coordinated team, you have good well of radiance stuff going on, and everyone is using their respective heavy ammo, and everybody is really pushing for that. You can burn down the Primeval super quickly.
Look, you're not going to see that kind of stuff in matchmaking. We're going to tell you that right now. This ain't no Blueberry Theater out here. These are good teams. These are the best teams in the UK coming together. You're going to see plays like that a lot today.
Let me tell you, Fallout.
Tell me.
Every single time I go into Gambit, I go in solo. I am a brave player and possibly a stupid player, but let me tell you something. I do not see games like that every day, and it is a treat to watch as a result.